Hello again. I had so much fun doing the last video and I have a little extra time to kill, so I figured I could do another one. And this one's going to be on a question that I've been getting quite a lot lately. It's really more of a sectioned question, part A, part B. This one person in particular, you know who you are and I'm sure you're watching, always asks me, well, you're raw. What do you eat? What did you eat today? What can I eat? What should I eat? Well, I can't really answer that last one for you. What should you eat? What can you eat? I don't really know what you like. I don't know what your taste buds are. I know what I like, so I'll tell you what I've been eating. Now, keep in mind a couple of different things. Well, first of all, there are hundreds and hundreds of recipes all over the internet that you can get that when you miss pizza, you miss pasta, you miss bread, you miss burgers, you know, all those things that you want to eat, but you think you can't because you're on the raw food diet. There are recipes for them. Go to GoneRaw.com. All over the place. Gone Raw is the biggest one that I know of. They have everything. I've used them and I post recipes on there. But keep in mind when I'm talking about what I eat every day that I have all of Alyssa's material, Alyssa Cohen's material. I have both of her books and her DVD. This is her first book. This is her sitting here on a tomato. Okay, it's probably a yoga ball that they photoshopped into a tomato. But there she is holding an avocado, sitting on a tomato. And this is the computer manual of raw food books. Now don't be intimidated by its size, because most of this is recipes, which is very handy. So Alyssa has all kinds of excellent recipes, all kinds of delicious things, plus the book has testimonials, it's got before and afters, it's got all kinds of arguments to tell you, you know, why should you eat raw, and, you know, what do you do for protein, and all the FAQs that she always gets. So my recommendation first is to read her book. Also keep in mind that I've been through level 1 of Alyssa's raw food chef training course. That means I paid a couple $100s to go to the classes put on by one of Alyssa's other more advanced students to learn all these fancy techniques about making soups, big salads, dehydrating, making pâtés, making, you know, all kinds of interesting raw things that are basically gourmet. And I don't think that it's feasible to be eating raw gourmet dishes every meal. This is where raw gets expensive. You don't want to do that. Alright, I'm living on a budget, and I'm trying to do a low sugar kind of version of the raw food diet at this point too. So this is what I eat. I get up in the morning, I take a dose of New Chapter's All Flora Probiotic. That's the one that I recommend. I've also taken Garden of Life's raw probiotic. Pretty similar results. You know, also a very good product. I drink between 16 and 32 ounces of water in between the probiotics and doing my morning yoga, bouncing on my trampoline. And then when I'm done with that, I'll eat an apple or an avocado or a raw food bar or some almond butter or a handful of baby carrots. Oh, these are the raw food bars that I got today. Alright, they're made by Macro Life Naturals. They're very tasty. Let's see if I can... Raw, antioxidant, superfood. Right. They're very tasty. This is the chocolate cinnamon variety. They also come in red berry and green apple, something or other. They're really good. Anyway, so I'll have one of these, maybe. I don't eat Pure Bars anymore. They're 82 to 92% raw. I don't eat Raw Revolution bars. I don't eat Lara bars. Most of them are not raw anymore either. Now, when I first started out on the raw food diet in February of 2007, Lara bars were a pretty pure product, but now, not so much. I won't eat them. General Mills bought them. I made a lot of changes, and they have not been for the better as far as I'm concerned. So, anyway, I'll eat, you know, a little something. Just something to get the digestive system kicked on, started going. Then I'll go take a shower, drink some more water, and then when I get to work, I'll drink a 16-ounce GT's kombucha. I love kombucha. I know it is not for the weak of stomach, especially not at first, and don't smell it before you drink it. Oh my god, you won't touch it. I don't recommend the citrus-flavored GT's kombucha. It kind of tastes like floor cleaner, I'll be honest with you. But the Trilogy one is pretty good. The multi-green is good. The ginger one is good if your stomach can handle a lot of ginger. Mine goes back and forth on that. Before I was doing the low sugar version of this diet, I would have a smoothie when I got to work. I'd try to go in 10-15 minutes early, use the Vitamix because I don't have one. Everybody thinks, oh my god, she's a raw foodist, she must have one. No, I don't have a Vitamix, but I do have access to one. So I go make one of the smoothies that we have available at the deli there, or I will make one of my own creation. I usually do half a cup of nuts. Cashews, almonds are my favorite. I do a banana, which obviously is not low sugar. You get 100 grams of sugar per banana. Kind of trying to stay away from that right now. But you got your nuts, banana, a cup and a half of water, and that's, and 3 dates, medjool dates. Wonderful stuff, very sweet. That's your smoothie base. Now you can add pretty much whatever you want to eat on top of that. So if you want, say, iodine. We'll say iodine because we talked about iodine in the last video. You want to get some iodine. You can throw some kelp and some spinach on top of your smoothie base. That's great. Except, I know, you don't want to eat a kelp and spinach smoothie. So what you do is you hide that stuff under a 16-ounce bag of frozen berries. Throw all that in the blender, put the cap on, turn it on, make it go, and you have your smoothie. And that'll come out to be 32 ounces. Again, measuring, what is that? So, then again, when that's gone, when I finish with either my kombucha or my smoothie, I'll drink some water until about halfway through my shift, when I'll eat another piece of fruit, usually along with a couple of raw pickles. Not all pickles are raw, keep that in mind. And I'll actually list some of the brands at the end of the video that I really believe in and truly love. Some dehydrated coconut. Nativa makes a raw dehydrated coconut chip. That's very tasty. Let's see, carrots. I love baby carrots. I could munch on those all day long. Again, with the sugar thing, though, not eating quite so many of those. I also love cucumber. I will just cut up a cucumber and eat it. If you can't stand just plain cucumber, try throwing some apple cider vinegar and some salt on there. I recommend Bragg's apple cider vinegar. It's got the mother in it. It's got the probiotic strains and it's very good for you. It's really good for your digestive system, makes your stomach feel better. And then I drink some more water, take my digestive enzymes. My raw women's vitamin, I think, is also Garden of Life. I don't know. I like Garden of Life stuff anyway. They do a lot of good raw things. And then I go back to work. And at the end of my shift, I like to have something that's a little heavier. So that's when I'll have, a big salad, really big. I'll go home and I'll get my bowl and make a big salad and throw like sunflower seeds on there and a raw dressing that I make out of olive oil and apple cider vinegar, salt, Trocomare. Trocomare is a very good seasoning. A little bit of Bragg's liquid aminos. That's controversially raw. I use it in my marinated mushrooms. I love it. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms can be very filling, and that chewy texture kind of takes care of that whole, oh my god, I miss meat thing. Nighttime's also when I like to have, apples with almond butter, raisins and almond butter is another good combination. A batch of Alyssa Cohen's raw fudge, which is so tasty. That's basically nut butter, dates, and raw cacao powder. Throw it in the food processor, and you've got fudge. It's fantastic. You can press it into a pan and make little squares, put it in the refrigerator. Or you can just do like I do and eat it with a spoon the moment it comes out of the food processor. Why dirty extra dishes, right? Also love her date nut tort, which is basically nuts and raisins in the food processor. Make it spin for a long time. It takes a really long time to make that one. It has to go around and around in the food processor until it basically makes a ball. And you will know it has made a ball because all you will see in that food processor is this brown flash rocking your food processor back and forth, going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So that's how you know it's done. It is rocking your food processor right off the edge of your counter. And then she's got a frosting that she makes with it too, with dates and lemon juice. And I thought that was too sweet, so I usually just eat the ball. Love the ball. I follow that up with some pickles again because I like to get my probiotics in, late in the evening too. And the fermented pickles made by Real Pickles, it's a Vermont company. they're fantastic. It's got live enzymes, probiotics, and they're really crunchy, except for that one first pickle on top's usually a little bit mushy, but the rest of them are fabulous. I drink the juice. It's great stuff. I'll take my nighttime supplements after that. I always take a digestive enzyme when I eat. I take Future Biotics digestive enzymes, vegetarian enzyme complex. And then I try to stop eating about 7 or 8 o'clock at night so that my digestive system has time to shut down before the rest of me shuts down. And I'll stop drinking water about an hour before I go to bed, just so that I'm not up all night. So, yeah, then that pretty much covers it. I don't eat a lot of food. When you're first starting out on raw, you're going to be missing things. You're going to want those burgers. You're going to want the pizza, you're going to want the calzones, and all that wonderful gourmet stuff that's in Alyssa's book. And when you're first starting out, those are the kinds of things you're going to want to eat, and you're going to want to eat that batch of fudge, the whole thing. You know, you're not going to want to put the food down. But as your body starts getting the nutrients that it needs, that it's been missing all this time, that, you know, you've been cooking its food and depriving it of the nutrients that it, you know, needed all this time, as that process slows down, you're going to need to eat less and less food. So, you know, if you're already vegan, you may as well just take that last step and go raw. And if you're not raw, you're on the standard American diet, you're, you know, doing whatever you do, just try to think about getting more raw foods into your diet. You know, add a salad. Don't even take anything out of your diet. You know, just add a salad to every meal, you know, before each meal. Eat the salad first, see what changes. You may not be so hungry by the time that you're done with that salad. And don't force yourself to eat whatever comes on your plate after that. You know, put it in a box, take it home, or, you know, put it in the fridge for tomorrow, because you really don't need to eat that much. By the time you get all the nutrients and everything that you need and your body is working the way it should be, you should not want to eat more than what you can hold in your 2 hands. I have little hands, and I don't want to eat more than that. This is bad for you. You know, overeating, even raw, is bad for you. So just keep that in mind. And, you know, don't forget, you don't have to be a raw food chef, and you don't have to have a dehydrator and a Vitamix and, you know, the best Cuisinart and, you know, all those fancy kitchen gadgets in order to eat raw. It is a really simple diet, and it's supposed to be simple. I mean, that's the way nature wanted it. You know, that's so yeah, so that's that. So if you're looking for what to eat, try GoneRaw.com at first, and just don't forget that grazing the produce department is a completely fine, you know, way to eat. So if you walked into the produce department, you walk up to the organic section, and you see, you know, apples, and that's what you want to eat, and that's what looks good, just eat apples. You know, there's no reason for you to eat meat, dairy, grain every meal. You really have to get out of that mentality that you have to have meat with every meal, you have to have dairy with every meal, because you really don't. You can get it all from fresh, natural, raw, vegan foods. So, I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Be well. Have a great day.